Now, guys, in the previous video, we discussed, the basic movement mechanics, the basic attacks and stuff like that that you can do in your, your first playthrough and stuff like that of Arkesia. Now we're going to discuss, things that didn't really highlight, which is we've got the character tab and other things like that as well. So in this game, they introduce you to trade skills in Lutera, which is their first one they introduce you is foraging, logging, mining, hunting, fishing, and then eventually excavating. Now, there's 6 professions in Lost Ark. Foraging is basically picking out herbs, which you can use for potions and battle items, which are quite important later on. Logging is basically for ship materials and also for some upgrades to your stronghold, which we'll meet later on as well. Mining will be basically used for effectively ship materials and stronghold materials as well, which you'll get to later on. But they're all important in their own circumstance. And hunting is very important for creating food items, also creating fusion materials, which are later on we'll talk about in tier 2 and tier 3, and also feasts, which we'll discuss later on with strongholds once you unlock it, once you do with Eastleigh Terra. Now, a lot of these things I'm saying, once you unlock and stuff like that, all these professions are quite important overall, and you have a certain life energy associated with it, and I'll talk to you about that later. Fishing as well, similar thing with hunting, that's very, very important as it provides food and also provides fusion materials. Excavating provides a treasure map as per se to get extra materials, and also at the same time it gives mats for fusion materials as well. Also, some of its mats can be used for trade materials as well to upgrade a trading tool and stuff like that. So in order to do any of these things, you have these trading tools at the top. So you can see here I've got this expert foraging tool, we got this adept logging tool, we got this mining pick, we got this hunting tool, and we got this adept fishing tool, and we got excavating. So go through the expert foraging tool. So they have a durability, and every time you use it, basically every time you repair it, the max durability goes lower, and every time you use it, the durability goes down. So eventually the tool will go to 0 durability, and that means you have to make a new tool instead. Now, the main things you want to get for a tool as well, you can restore the max durability to 100 by using trade restoration, but however, it's not economical to do so unless it's a really, really good tool. So a lot of people, what they do is that they build a new tool instead and use that. Now, at the same time, it does have abilities to it. As you can see here, it's got gathering speed, basic rewards, durability non-reduction, and also super armor. Super armor is probably the most important ability. So when you're getting damaged by enemies, your ability to forage, stuff like that, isn't stopped. And I highly recommend to make sure that your tools have this, because if it doesn't, then you're gonna have to clear out the enemies like every 2 seconds a day when you're trying to mine or log something down, which is a waste of time basically. Anyways, basically as you level up these abilities, you get like extra basic items, dingos, extra rares and stuff like that as well. So basically as you level these up, you have more chance of getting rarer and rarer materials. Essentially with the materials that you get, there's nothing like ultra rare that you can only get at a certain eye level, but there's just extra abilities you get at a certain level as well. Like for example, go to foraging. With Essence of Vigor, you just move quicker, essentially, from herb to herb. Vegetation Expert, you can gather mushrooms. It's a new herb. And also Green Farm, basically, where you just get increased drop rate for special materials at a cost, of course. Now, let's just look at, the basic life energy as well. So if you press B, so basically you get taught this in Lakebite, you get a life energy here as well. Now, with life energy, basically you start at 10,000, and over time you can get up to 10,500. From various, quests and stuff like that. You get it quite quickly, actually. Now, with life energy, it generates every, I think it's 10 minutes or so. It generates 30 life energy. Certain excavating and stuff like that take life energy. So basically, you can't sit there herbing, mining all day unless you have life energy. You can restore this life energy via small life energy potions, which you can buy from the shop, Mario Store, with blue crystals, which we'll get to later. And you can also get some from quests as well, which you get on very early from Lake Bar, where you can drink the life potion, get 1,000 life energy, and continue mining or herbing, whatever you want to do. So that's pretty much, out of picture trade skills out the window. Now, combat skills, which can be accessed via K, is basically you level your set of skills up. So you can level up to level 12. As you can see here, I got a lot of my skills to level 12. At level 50, you can only level up to level 10. So just be aware that your max ability is going to be just level 10. Every level you get 6 extra skill points. There are also some vials and some potions that can give you extra skill points as well, which you can use in your abilities. If you've got a build that's used for, just leveling up and clearing quests really quickly, there are a lot of guards and max roll as well. you can use that here. Basically, you can be like, hey, I'll just level up this ability as per the guide. It helps you out quite a bit. Basically, there's your inventory as well. Your inventory, just press I and it pops up. Make sure you try to keep it as clean as possible, not like me where it's not clean. And your character profile, which we introduced previously, the previous video, is hit with P. Next up, you got the adventurers thingo. With these two, you don't have to worry about just yet. They're just for a bit later when we discuss tier 1. For sheet music, pressing F2, you can basically access all your songs here, and you can drag onto these bars. You can put your potions at F1, your mount at 5, basically your talk mount when you become mini, which is later on, you put it at 6, and you can put the songs that you often use here. So, and also you can get other songs as well, which you can put as your favorite, so they appear at the top. Next up, you can get collectibles as well. Collectibles, you can collect things like Island Souls, Giant Hearts, Omnium Stars. You mostly get introduced to this, and Makoko Seeds, and World Tree Leaves very early on. And also they have a tutorial for Island Souls, and they have a tutorial for Makoko Seeds, basically, and how to find them and what you do and stuff like that. Most of these, like Enia tokens, Omnium Stars, Giant Hearts, Sea Bounties, and a few masterpieces later on, really relate to the end game. Okay, especially Omnium Stars, especially it's only can be achieved in tier 3. Next up is Rapport. So basically, you get introduced early on to Rapport with Neria and Sierra, and you can basically use Rapport actions to talk to them. You can do that with Thunder Marina as well. Basically, you get a lot of people that you can talk to and Rapport. If you get the Crystalline Aura, you can make 6 Rapport actions a day. If you've only got like your normal, you can only make 5 Rapport actions a day, which is basically singing and emotes have their own 5 charges, and using all those 5 charges can be done per day. You can also give them gifts, which you can get from various vendors, and you can only give 99 gifts today. You can also check, your gift delivery, playing emotes in this area as well. You can also check, what's their favorite gift basically as well. So you can check, hey, what does Fireman like? Okay, he really likes a Model de Lutera sword, basically. So these purple ones will have different rapport depending on what it is. Now, with Legendary and Relic, so this is a Relic rapport, it doesn't matter. As you can see here, they always give 2,000 regardless, and this always gives 10,000 regardless. So there's no real difference. Except with one of the rapports, just be aware with one of the Relic rapports, is that one of them will only give 5,000. So be very aware of that when you're handing in a Relic rapport, that it's giving the full 10,000. Now, next up is going to be the Adventurer's Tome. This will be useful a lot later, but the Adventurer's Tome gives rewards as you level it up by doing the main quest line, by doing dungeons, by collecting things, by killing certain monsters, by doing the side quests, and doing the hidden story and rapport, and also the world boss as well. Generally, you'll probably end up about 50 to 60%. Okay, 50-60% on each continent, maybe even 40 or 50, depending how lucky you are. But that's, what will occur basically as well. So don't worry too much if you don't get 100%. It's usually the end game where you get the 100% as well. Last but not least, you got Una tasks. We will not really concern ourselves with this. Una task introduced to you when you get to the end of the game. At the moment, we're just at the start of the game, just going through the systems for you as well. And last but not least is the quest journal. So in the quest journal, generally, you got your main storyline quest. You got your quest that you're doing at the moment, the side quest, which you listed in yellow. You got this, which is listed in orange. There's going to be guild requests, which are going to be listed in a lightish blue. A guide quest listed in purple, which is basically a guide on how you do things. And stronghold quest listed in blue. There's also light blue quest, which is basically a story quest, but outside the main storyline, essentially. Just be aware that those quests you should probably do. Okay? So you should be doing orange quests with yellow quests. When the orange quest turns to a light blue quest, you want to do a light blue quest with yellow quests. And also always do your guide quests as well. They give you a quick guide on how to access certain menus, and also they give you a couple of gold inside as well, potentially as well. And that's pretty much it for like the menus in Lost Ark. Just explore in your own free time, and hope you guys enjoy the world of Lost Ark. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and probably next video, might be next week or Friday when I'll do it, we'll probably go through, going through the stronghold and stuff like that as well, because that will be your first, point of call when you get into Lutera as part of the storyline. Anyways, guys, hope you guys had a great day, and see you guys later. Peace out.